Every year I rack my brains trying to figure out what to do for April Fool's Day. Should I do a science article that sounds completely implausible but is true? Or should I do a perfectly reasonable sounding science item but turns out to be a complete fabrication? Or some combination of the two? But April 1st sort of snuck up on me this year and I hadn't really thought about it as yet, and so the last couple of days I've been really worrying about what to do for it. Then I remembered some years ago I did a video called an Ode to Nibiru, which was a spoof of the people that believed that a huge planet was careening into the interior of the solar system and it was going to take out all life as we know it on Earth. Needless to say, if you're listening to this video, it hasn't happened yet. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do another one of those. This time I'll call it an Ode to Global Warming. So here goes. An Ode to Global Warming. Hotter days and hotter nights, causing many other blights. We call it global warming. Our weather it's transforming. Earth warms more every day, gradually but without delay. Droughts and floods are increasing, while storms rage unceasing. Mountain glaciers disappear, and still no snow for the skier. Everywhere sea ice in retreat, as the air, land and sea heat. There's something more to dread, as tropical diseases spread. The flora and fauna agree, it's even bad for a tree. Sea levels are on the rise, as the coral bleaches and dies. Forest fires and melting ice, it's us who will pay the price. What is causing this effect? What is wrong and what is correct? Many theories are proposed, but the answer is not disclosed. Some say it's just the sun, but it cannot be the one. To heat the earth even a little more, it must shine more brightly than before. Of that we don't have proof, thus to claim it is a goof. Sunspots are in decline, so weaker the sun doth shine. But that's the opposite trend, so cooling that does portend. We have carbon pollution, so what is the solution? Stop burning those tons of coal, certainly must be one goal. Cease all drilling for crude oil, lest our environment we spoil. It needs to be understood that natural gas isn't good. Fracking used to get the gas is said to cause quakes en masse. Lots of methane cows emit, a bad thing you must admit. The permafrost is melting too, adding more gas, that's true. Some people say it is not so, but these amateurs ought to know. Global warming they deny, to them it's just one big lie. Deniers say it's one big sham, and United Nations tax scam. It's all a communist plot dreamed up by a leftist crackpot. Al Gore is the fellow's name, so he must be to blame. The Nobel Peace Prize he received, but what he says isn't believed. Neither Nye nor Gore really know the score. They're merely vilified, so the science can be denied. Others claim that it's not us, so please explain all the fuss. Please let us keep our cars, we can always move to Mars, if the planet Earth we spoil by digging up all that oil. On and on they rant, claiming it's about the grant, that scientists do it for the loot, bringing science into disrepute. Following the government's will, just obeying Capitol Hill. But they have to explain this, which is not so easy to dismiss. When Cheney held the power, on warming they did not sour. President Bush they defied, no climate scientist changed side. They still fought them nail and tooth to keep their scientific truth. Similarly with Don Trump, to his side they will not jump. To protect their integrity, they'll not follow his decree. These deniers have no skill, just being a carbon shill. So let's look at some samples of who on the truth tramples. Coleman had journalism and BA, his climate views were just cliché. Corbyn failed his PhD, yet climate he claims to foresee. Davidson is a denier, but his pants are on fire. Lord Monckton knows the classics, but nothing about mathematics. I can go on for hours like this, but much else is amiss. We're running out of time, to waste more on them is a crime. So let me get this off my chest. I'll just summarize the rest. Most are in it for the money. If not so serious, it would be funny. Many right-wing think tanks exist, their only goal the truth to twist. So some have political bias, while others are just pious, believing the solution is God, but I find that very odd. Some claim it's beneficial, but their grasp is superficial. They say bigger plants will grow and make farmers much more dough. Claiming deserts will turn green, but this is yet to be seen. Warming will make more farmland, not counting that which turns to sand. It seems Greenland will be fine, as the glaciers will decline. Canada will become Trey showed, a good place for a new abode. For Russia it will be great, as their temperatures inflate. So what is there to be done, apart from dimming the sun? Make energy use more frugal. I found that answer on Google. Stop our energy abuse. Turn off lights when not in use. Better yet, try LEDs. They'll cut our energy needs. Take walks, not rides. It's healthier besides. As our population grows, the more electricity flows. So where do we get more power? Natural resources must we scour? But they all have limited life, and the side effects cause strife. What is the alternative? We need to become more conservative. I mean only with a small c. Conservation is the key. Inefficiencies in the grid is something we must forbid. Transmission lines energy lose, costing us vast revenues. Nuclear power is emissions free, but its safety is hard to guarantee. Hydroelectric is clean, but blocking rivers is obscene. Geothermal is everywhere, there's lots of energy down there. It's a long way down to drill, so can we afford the bill? Solar panels make power, free energy hour after hour. Imagine blackouts never more, and much lower bills than before. The wind turbines seem to work, but some folks they seem to irk. No one solution fits the bill, but a combination can and will. So what's the current plot to stop it getting too hot? Get politicians off their duffs and do not accept their rebuffs. To elect folks who care, those who show they are aware. Those who don't heed the big donors, who act like the country's owners. But it's we the people who the Constitution don't misconstrue. Unlike frogs in water boil, from the heat we recoil. The problem we understand, action is what we demand. So write the needed laws before the ice cap thaws, before it is way too late to avoid our fiery fate. You see, it's bad to deny. Until next time, goodbye. By the way, any response to this video needs to be in rhyme as well. Just a warning.